This section of the trail is challenging even when it's not covered in grass, because you got some logs on each side and little ups and downs you got to do. I've used most of the travel on this shock. After experiencing noise issues with my Rockshox Monarch rear air shock, I discovered that the repair and replacement costs were quite significant. Faced with this expense, I decided to explore alternatives and found that switching to a DNM Damping Coil Spring 2-system mountain bike rear shock was a much more economical option. Not only did the spring shock come at a fraction of the price, but it also requires much less maintenance compared to any air shock. This decision has not only saved me money, but also reduced the time and effort needed to keep my bike in top condition. I opted for the Rebound Preload Anodized 750-pound 190mm DNM spring shock at Amazon for $55. It got good reviews and is known for its durability and performance, making it a great choice for my mountain bike needs. Not as supple as the Monarch, still, it offers an acceptable ride with minimal recommended routine servicing. The Monarch has a stroke of 51 millimeters, translating to 127 millimeters of rear travel. The DNM has a stroke of 40 millimeters, translating to 102 millimeters of rear travel. I'm losing an inch of travel. Still could go a little tighter. Okay, there's my rubber band showing where my sag is. I weighted the bicycle with it stationary here. Get in here, measured it. Actually, it's supposed to be 13. It was 12 and a little bit of change. So that's pretty close to 30% sag, since the whole travel on this is 40. On this DNM spring shock, there's a bulge in the spring. So as you adjust the preload, notice this comes up on this particular frame, this Kinesis frame, the way it's designed, it actually hits the frame. So you have to turn it. It has to be in one of these positions when you preload it to set your sag. That's the only trick on that. Only thing to watch out for anyway. Okay, we're gonna be riding on a bumpy trail. Let's see how this thing feels. But I have to stand up, de-weight, or I can sit. No, I can sit. It's not as soft as an air shock. Okay, it's pretty bumpy right through here. Like I say, it's not as good as an air shock for 1/5 the price. And it's real easy for me to install because I didn't have to modify anything. But like I say, it comes with a kit. Fitted on different bikes, different frames. It's not a terrible ride. That's another feature I like on this bike. Has a rebound. Click. One click. Yeah, I'd say this shock is definitely worth the money. I doubt it'll ever break. It's just, like I say, it's not the Monarch, which I've had for about 1,500 miles on this bike. The front brake. I have two bikes that make that same noise with the front brake. This is fun. I have trimmed this so many times. Over a dozen, I might have. I have pictures of this during and after. It's looking more afterish now. See it a little bit here. I did all but the last 100 feet. Bam. Based on videos I've seen, cans on Rockshox, this one's a Manitou, should just be hand tight. If you can't get it off with your bare hands, in my case, bare hand, should be able to get it off with a strap wrench. In this case, that is not going to happen.